Hey guys, it's Sam, and this is my spoilery discussion for Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. If you haven't already watched my spoiler-free review and gotten the introduction there, then please go and watch my very recent video discussing reading hyped books that already have an existing fandom, because I don't want to necessarily have to repeat everything that I said in here, but that is obviously going to affect my thoughts on this. Also, I know this is a very incredibly hyped book and series, and her world is incredibly hyped and stuff. Like I said in that, I do not want or plan to read The Mortal Instruments. I do not care. I do not want to read it. I was not going to read 6 books to get to this one. Not going to happen. So, it's okay. It's fine. We're talking about this series. And I also don't want to hear any spoilers or hints of spoilers or like, just you wait, wink wink to anything, because y'all, I haven't read them. Let me read them. Discuss with me in a spoiler-free way, no hints to what I'm about to say. Let's get into it. So with the world, like I said in my review, I liked it. London's fun. It's all misty and gray, and it has that kind of backdrop of like Tale of Two Cities inspired. Although I was a little like, meh, when they kept referencing A Tale of Two Cities in here, and I'm like, I get it, Cassie. You're kind of taking inspiration from A Tale of Two Cities. I get it. Like, A Tale of Two Cities is my favorite classic. I actually really need to reread it. But I get it. Like, stop mentioning it so often. That was one thing where I was like, I can really tell that she got her start up in, like, fanfiction fandom kind of thing. Because I feel like that's something that is done a lot within fanfiction fandom. It's like, look, this is an alternate reality based on this thing. And it's like, I know. I see it. Thank you. Thank you. You can stop mentioning it. I see it. But I'm still interested to see how that's all going to play out and what little things are going to be mentioned that are Tale of Two Cities-y and all that kind of stuff, because it's so much fun. I did really like the different kinds of creatures we have and how Cassie has her own kind of, look, I'm using her like little pet name, Cassie. How she just made them her own, she made them a unique kind of thing, and yes, they'd still have their same tropes usually, you know, the vampires act like vampires, blah blah blah. But that was fun. I like the whole warlock aspect. I haven't seen a lot of that kind of thing within stories at all, so I like the whole warlock thing. I like Tessa's ability. I'm really interested to see what exactly is going on with her. Obviously, you lay all that groundwork with her and just kind of be like, alright, now I want to know all the things about it. So that's really fun. As far as the characters, like I said in my review, Tessa grew on me as the book went on. I wasn't like instantly connected to her. I do like how she doesn't take any shit, and she, especially to Will, is like, knock it off because he's such a brat. So I really liked that. And I like that as the story goes on, she kind of finds her warriorness. You know, she starts off kind of having, like, internalized misogynistic thoughts and how, like, women have to be a certain way, and then she learns that doesn't have to be the case, and kind of comes into her own in that way. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her character development as the story goes on. Jessamine is a character that I want to like, but I don't right now. I think that she's gonna grow as well. I wanted her to be more of a, I don't know, I wanted her to sort of be more like a Zoya from the Grisha trilogy, and she was just more of a mean girl, and I don't tend to like those kinds of tropes of characters. Like, I understand where she's coming from, but I want more from her, so I'm hoping that all the events of this and like everything with Nate and everything kind of makes her change her mind and change her tune a little bit, because right now I'm just like, you're a little exhausting and this is not fun for me. Like, a little bit of mean girl can be fine, but like, chill out, girl, you know? I did find the ages of characters to be a little, like, off for me. So especially with, like, Charlotte and Henry, who are supposed to be, like, 23, they don't act like they're 23. And I know that in Victorian London, people would be growing up faster, etc., etc. But they definitely have Charlotte, in particular, feel middle-aged. And it's just like, these kids aren't that far in age. Like, can we reflect that a tad bit more? So 17 to 23... isn't that far of a jump? Like, so that was kind of odd, because I feel like that wasn't written in a way that really allowed me to envision the characters properly, because I was always picturing Charlotte and Henry as, like, early to late middle age. Let's get into discussing Will and Jem, because I know you're all here for Will and Jem. So I haven't fully made up my mind right now as to who I prefer, because I don't have enough from them. So right now, with only reading this book, Jem is my precious bean. Jem is amazing. Jem is kind. Jem is sweet. Jem is dying. Jem is important to me so far. Like, he is mature, and he's the opposite of Will, and he's the only one that can keep Will in line at all, and whatever. here's how I feel about Will Herondale so far, because I know everyone loves him, so I know he gets some kind of redemption arc. I know that I know there's a tragic backstory because of all the hints. Like, there's a tragic backstory. Fine. I'm okay with tragic backstories. I'm okay with ulterior motives. The problem I have with Will Herondale right now is he's a brat. Okay? Like, I would rather him be unapologetically bad than to be bratty and throwing temper tantrums and stuff. Like, stop. Like, I'm okay with characters like Reese or like Warner who are unapologetically bad in the first book. Like, they have their reasons, they have the ulterior motives, there's another perspective there, but they're being bad, and they know they're being bad, and they're doing it for a reason. He's not being bad. He's still obviously a good guy, unlike them in the first books, but he's just being bratty, and he's out to hurt other people because he had a tragic past. And maybe I'll change my mind, and I'll look back on this and be like, ha ha ha, you were so foolish. And I'm sure some of you will say that, be like, just wait, blah blah. But like, at this point, I don't really care, because I don't consider that necessarily character development. Like, I like to see a character kind of be bad and then learn and grow from that. And maybe this is his version of like, he's out to hurt people, he's being selfish, he's gonna learn and grow from that. I don't know, maybe it's a great character arc. But right now, he's bratty, he's mean, he's super insensitive. The things he said to Tessa, especially at the end, ridiculous. Like, you don't get to just have a tragic backstory and then go around hurting people because you were so hurt once. Like, so that's how I feel right now. I'm sure a lot of you are like screaming, because I know Will Herondale is like a favorite of people. And I also like, I want to like him, but one, he's so hyped that it's almost like, it makes it almost so hard to like him. And two, I feel like he checks off so many boxes that he's almost too perfect. Like, he's that perfect bad boy, devil may care, he's so pretty, and he's like the archetype looks-wise that I tend to like when I see like my roguish bad boys, and all of that stuff, and like he's witty and blah blah blah, but like, it's almost too perfect, you know? Like, I want him to be I want him to kind of go more one way or the other. Like, he has to be either a little better and less bratty, or like a little worse and like actually bad. Like, he's just kind of falling in this bratty temper tantrum area right now, and like, again, making Tessa feel bad about herself over and over. Like, I don't like characters that make the love interests of theirs feel bad about themselves. Like, it's just really shitty. And so that's how I'm feeling about him right now. And then you have Jembe, Precious Bean. Like, and I am really looking forward to the love triangle elements of it, because I do think ultimately I'll end up liking Will a little bit more as the series goes on, regardless of if he ends up being my favorite. So I'm in here also because everybody has said that the love triangle is amazing, and I do get this sense that it's going to be. And I like love triangles where you like every piece of the triangle, and that all the pieces of the triangle love one another. And I feel like that's what it's going to be. So I'm really looking forward to that. I liked like the tension between all of them going on already, and it's only just started. And yeah, so I'm really interested to see, because the two guys are so opposite, and how is that going to work out? And I hear that the next book has like way more Jem, who's so precious. So I'm looking forward to that, because he's precious, but he's also mature, and he's like so sweet. And yeah, so Jem is my favorite right now. I know you all are surprised, because everyone was like, "You're gonna love Will Herondale because he's a bad boy," and I was like, "He's a brat. He's a brat. He's throwing temper tantrums. He's a brat. I don't care if he has a good reason. Right now, he's a brat." So we'll see how he develops. I'm interested. So as far as the plot, I found this super, super, super easy to read. I like inhale read it, so that was really nice. But I did find it really predictable. Like, all the things that happen, I tend to be like, knew this was gonna happen. So I knew that Nate was gonna betray them. Like, I knew that that was a thing. And I figured that De Quincey wasn't the big bad. Like, I kind of got that sense. I didn't necessarily think that it was gonna be the guy whose name I'm forgetting, and I literally just read it. But I didn't think that he was gonna be the Magister. Is it Mortmain or something? Anyway, I didn't think that he was necessarily going to be the bad guy, like the Magister, but I didn't think it was going to be De Quincey. I was like, it's too obvious, and it's too easy, and blah, blah, blah. And I knew that, like, the whole thing was a trap when everybody got sent away. Duh. Then everyone was going to come, and that the, you know, automatons got blood from gems, so they could get in. Like, all that was very predictable. I didn't predict that she was going to shift and, like, pretend to die. Like, that was cool. I liked that. I didn't predict that. But most of the other parts were pretty predictable most of the way through. So I'm interested in hoping that that changes a bit as the series goes on. I don't want that level of predictability over and over again. So yeah, and I'm interested to see more about the connections to Tessa's past and the connections to the villain and all that stuff. I feel like he has potential to be a really good villain. So we'll see. So that is it for my spoilery thoughts on Clockwork Angel. Comment down below, let me know your thoughts about it. Like I said, I don't want to read any more of Cassandra Clare's series. Maybe I'll get to the end of this and I'll want to continue, and then I will. But as of right now, I don't want to read any other ones. So don't tell me, oh, you should have gone and read Mortal Instruments, blah, blah. I don't want to. I don't want to. So comment down below, let me know what you think of this book. No hints. Can you tell I'm scared of spoilers? Like, because I know things about the series, but I don't like no spoilery things. Like, don't spoil me. Don't hint at things. Just talk to me about this book. Please. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see all you guys soon. Bye!